Hi everyone. I thought we would do things a little bit differently this year. Normally at this time of year we'd be posting up lots of videos and photos of what has happened, but since 2020 has not been a normal year, we thought we would do things differently. So I'm just going to take a few moments of your time tonight to outline all the things that's happened within Takeabout Development Trust this year. So in January, we started the year as normal. We were having our children's birthday parties, we had lots of functions, and our classes were all running as normal. We were prepping up for all the shows that the year had ahead of us. We also took some time to celebrate our first year anniversary of running the Opportunity Centre in January, and the board and the management team got together to review the year that had passed, and we were absolutely starstruck to realise that throughout January 2019 through to January 2020, which was our first year operating this centre, we had over 52,000 attendances. 52,512 people came through our doors in that previous year. So, as I say, January was great. It was all normal. We moved on to February. The very 1st of February we had the Diversity Day, which is normally run over at St Joseph's campus. We had that in the centre this year, where lots of different groups from New Farm came together to perform and celebrate all that is diverse within our community. Our biggest thing in February was obviously our trip to London. 23 children, 6 staff headed off to London. We went and seen 2 shows. We saw Wicked and we saw Mary Poppins. We did lots of attractions, and on the last day, Storm Ciara came to extend our stay in London, and we ended up staying an extra night, travelling back a day later up to Edinburgh, and then we had to get a bus home. But it was safe to say that absolutely everybody on that trip had an amazing time. And as you can see from one of our pictures here, the staff were absolutely knackered by the end of it. February also saw our senior musical theatre class go on to promote their upcoming show Cats. And that took them over to Hurlford Church to perform for the Women's Guild across there. March obviously came. We started off as usual at the beginning of March with our showing off, where all our classes came together to perform on this stage. Little did we know at the time that that would be the last time of the year that they performed to an audience in this building. Cats was really ramping up. We had our Cats band call on the 15th of February. And during the band call, the band and the cast came together, and the staff were preparing to move everything to the Palace Theatre for the show a couple of days later. And then on the 16th of March, as I was sitting in the office in here, Boris Johnson decided to close all theatres, and therefore Cats was cancelled. Obviously, we then came into lockdown, and on the 16th of March, the centre closed as we knew it before, and we started to work with other local organisations and the council to see what part Takeabout could play in the community resilience for the COVID outbreak. So on the 22nd of March we started a food bank appeal, and we were absolutely amazed to see the things that was donated to us that day. Through the discussions with other organisations, it was decided that the CVO would take the lead for the food bank in Kilmarnock, so all of our stuff got donated to the CVO, and they were very thankful. April came, and that was the start of our lunch programme. So we offered lunches to children in the local community 5 days a week, and we ran that from April right through to August with just our team making, preparing and delivering all the lunches. And I'm so pleased to see that over that period of time, our team managed to put out 3,969 lunches. And that ran, as I say, from April up until the schools started back in August. We also started delivering older people's meals in conjunction with East Ayrshire Council. And again, 480 meals were delivered to older and vulnerable people within New Farm community. For our classes, we started working on Zoom, which was something that we had never ever done before. We started going virtual for our classes back in April, and that continued April, May and June. And it was so great to see our members, albeit not face to face, but through a screen. But I would just like to thank everybody that took part in our classes through Zoom. It was definitely an experience. for both the staff and the members. In May, following all the government guidance, we took advantage of the skills of our creative director and also members of our patchworking and quilting group, and we started providing face coverings. 1,390 face coverings were made by Anne and the ladies from the patchworking and quilting, and out of those 1,390, 858 were donated to vulnerable groups and people within our community. And again, I'd just like to thank Anne and the ladies from the patchwork and quilting for all their time and effort making the face coverings. I still use mine to this day, going out and about to the shops. June saw us really trying to plan for the future and make the building COVID secure. So as you can see from the pictures behind me, we took all the precautions that we needed to make sure that the venue was safe for when it was allowed for people to come back in. So all our halls are marked out for social distancing. There's a one-way system throughout the premises, and there's hand sanitising stations basically everywhere you look. So that set us in good stead to open to the public when we were allowed to do so. And June, for me personally, was also a very special time. On the 24th of June, Olivia was born, Ashley and myself's daughter was born. So that was the kind of first new addition to the Take About family this year, and obviously the first child for the Hayes. So yeah, that was quite a special time for us. July, we always run our summer school in July, but again this year that was not going to be possible, so we ran our very first virtual summer school. It was a very different experience, as you can see from the photo at the end there. I was sat in this stage myself with my piano, looking up at this big screen where all our participants were, and Natalie was up in our dance studio doing the same. So it was great. Obviously we didn't manage to put on a production as such as we normally would, but again we were able to connect virtually with our members and produce something at the end of the week. August, we got a date for our classes to come back. Not much happened at the start of August, but on the 31st of August we had our classes back within the centre, which was absolutely fantastic news for us. It was great to see all our members back face to face again. In September, our classes operated in bubbles. We took our singing outdoors and and really we were open as normal, well, as far as normal went in 2020, but we were able to bring our fitness classes back, we were able to have our classes back, the lunch club started back again in September, so it was great to see a bit of buzz around the centre one more time. October, we went into different restrictions again, and we were proud to play part in the New Farm Pumpkin Trail, where all our seniors recorded spooky stories, we lit up the building, and it was great to see so many people from the New Farm community take part in that. And in October, we had our second addition to the Take About family. Rudy Ray was born, Natalie and Stephen's son was born on the 18th of October, so that was also great as a new addition to the Take About family. We carried on with the year, and in November we were obviously plunged into harsher restrictions, which saw all of our classes go online for pretty much the full of November. But again, it was great to see our members given 100% to that. At this point we were preparing for our virtual show in December, so it was great to see all our members come back in, joining us online and taking part in their classes that way. And then December came. December was a great month for us because we were able to put on our Sparkle Jolly Twinkle Christmas fun event, and it was nice to get back to doing some of the things that we normally do. So over the 4-day period that event ran, we managed to provide some festive joy to 187 families, and within that 316 children got to come and enjoy our experience, and thank you very much to everybody who came along to that. And then just at the tail end of December, just before Christmas, we launched our virtual show for you to see. So all our classes had been working hard to prepare for that, and that is still up on YouTube. If you look at the links further below our Facebook page, you'll see that if you haven't had the chance to enjoy that yet. So that is our kind of year roundup for 2020. I just want to thank everybody that has been part of the Take A Bow journey this year. It certainly hasn't been an easy year, but the Take A Bow team have pulled together as always and made the best out of the situation that we had. So I'd like to extend my thanks to our board, who've continued to help us and guide us through the year. Our staff here are absolutely amazing. Our staff and our volunteers have continued to come along, support us in whatever venture we had on at that point. I'd like to thank the centre users. Yes, our numbers have dropped this year because we've been closed for a lot of it, but when we have been open, you have trusted us and you have come into the centre. And as always, your feedback is greatly appreciated, so thank you very much to everybody who's commented on the COVID procedures that we've got in the centre. So thank you very much to you. Also to our members, you never fail to surprise us. We have been both in person and virtual this year, but every single thing that we have done, you have taken 100% commitment to, and I really hope you've enjoyed it. And again, thank you very much to our parents and carers of the members of the children in the classes. You too have done your bit this year, and I'm sure you were really glad when the classes come back in person, so that you didn't hear my dulcet tones blasting through your house when we were doing the virtual classes. All that's left for us to say now is I hope you all have had a lovely Christmas with the restrictions that have been in place. I wish you all a fantastic new year, and I have my fingers crossed that 2021 will be somewhat different and we will be able to get back to live performances again. So thank you very much for listening and have a lovely new year.